All right, ladies and gentlemen, on this episode of League Legends Podcast, we have a straight dog right out of Minnesota where the fields are frozen, but his glove is red hot. The kid is a brick wall in the infield and a wrecking ball at the plate. Swings like he's trying to send the ball back to 1998. Plays for the best teams coming out of not only Minnesota, but also Nebraska, because one state just couldn't handle the smoke. He's stronger than your buddy's fantasy football opinions, quicker than your group chat drama, and cleaner on double plays than your grandma's Tupperware drawer. Make some noise, ladies and gentlemen. This episode features the pride of Brainerd, Minnesota, Brady Anderson. Dude, Brady, thank you so much for taking time to be here today, dude. Really excited to kind of go through and talk through your story in the sport. First, what I want to start off with, everyone wants to know, what does a league legend play with? What's their hardware? So let's hear it first. What bat are you swinging these days?
One-piece Torch MX Tech.
One-piece Torch MX Tech.
Yeah, and I got a Sinister too.
The new one.
M2.
Oh, okay.
M2 Sinister.
What is it about the one-piece that the guys love?
I used to swing a two-piece a lot, but then last year I started swinging a one-piece and hitting the ball a little further, a little bigger sweet spot than a two-piece.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
getting a little older. So
see, all the guys have told me that the two-piece, a little more forgiveness if you miss it, but the one-piece, you connect on one piece and it's power for days.
Oh, absolutely, for sure.
Which is why I swing a two-piece, because all I do is miss the ball.
Yeah, when you miss with a one-piece, you get a topper.
Yeah.
For a nice line drive.
Yeah, wow, that's my specialty. I can top balls all day.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
Awesome, dude. All right, so the Monster, great bat, one pieces, hidden for power. What about the glove? What are you using to field?
Viper.
A Viper?
Little tan leather, blue laces.
Viper, tan leather, blue laces. Any signature stuff on it?
No, not custom, just a stock 13-inch Viper.
Until Viper sees this, then they'll come out with the Anderson model.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Yeah, Viper, you heard it here first. Anderson model, hot seller. Okay, and then we got, what about on the feet? I see it looks like a fresh pair of New Balance, huh?
Comfy, keep the feet not hurting after big, long tournaments.
Yeah. When you're playing all day, it's comfort, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I remember back when I was a kid, like I got picked on because my family, we were poor, and then I got New Balances. I would have been the coolest kid now, but back then, man, you can't beat them.
I feel it. I was wearing Walmart shoes as a kid, so
there you go.
I feel it.
Yep. And now we're just rocking comfort.
Yeah.
Comfort for days. Well, this is my problem. I usually don't make it a whole day in a tournament, but at least regardless, I'm comfortable, right?
Yeah, it's still fun to play, man.
It's fun to play.
Don't matter how far you make it.
Yeah. Dude, so I've heard a lot about you. You have really done a heck of a job putting Minnesota on the map when it comes to ball. And you're just starting your career, I would say. I mean, you've played for years, but competitively, like, what are you, 24?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got years of ball left in you and already putting Minnesota on the map. So being one of the hottest up-and-coming players from Minnesota, what do you do to stay humble?
I feel like it's a lot of the guys that I came up playing with.
Okay.
Surrounded myself with a lot of good ball players right away, like Poopstick and Joe Janis and Freeman and all those guys that have been playing for years. And playing with them growing up, it just can't really be cocky around them, otherwise they'll let you know.
Yeah. So some good role models who keep you accountable, huh?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So when did you start playing?
When I was 14, I played my first league game.
Yeah.
Started playing full leagues when I was 15.
Okay. Yep. First league game at 14 years old. Yeah. I tell you what, I think your reputation started that day. I talked to some of the guys close to you, and they said that the first time the kid took the field, little blonde-haired kid in field, out in right field, baller, day one. I think it was Freeman who did. Shout out to Freeman, send some stuff in for the podcast. So you're baller day one, playing with some great guys. So you play primarily in... Like, where's your league
Brainerd.
at? In Brainerd.
Brainerd, Minnesota, yep.
And you've played there for years, huh?
Yep, since I was 14.
Since you're 14. Good leagues out in Brainerd.
Yeah, they're competitive, man. You got guys like Mitch McLean, pro hockey player. I used to played with Therrelson for the longest time.
Yeah.
They folded. Now he's playing with Ductech, but you got Freeman, Travis Dixon, Blake TC, Jordan Hudson. All these guys have been playing ball for a long time and studs.
Holy, so Brainerd is where the birthplace of all the league legends comes from, it sounds like.
Oh, yeah. We used to host one of the biggest tournaments, the Hop.
Yeah.
The Hopper tournament. They used to have one of the biggest tournaments, and they all played for Bick and used to win it all the time.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
This isn't a tournament I'm familiar with. How did this tournament start?
So Hopper, well-known name around our town.
Yeah.
Smiles for Jake, that was his kid.
Yep.
Before all that, he used to play softball when he was younger.
Okay.
Had a tournament going in Brainerd. My dad played in it.
Yeah.
Corey, all those guys that I was already named off.
Yeah.
But it was big. It was open, and they had military teams going there and playing on the baseball field. It was a good show.
Wow. That's crazy. And so you grew up watching your dad play too then?
Yeah. I was always there for the home run derbies and catching the outfield.
Dude, that's nothing better.
Yeah.
That's some of the best memories as a kid, is being in the outfield waiting for that ball to clear the fence so you could catch it.
Yeah.
Then, of course, when you did, the crowd went wild.
Yeah.
No one cared about the home run. They're like, who's this kid catching these freaking fly balls out here?
Just piss missiles, yeah.
That's wild, dude. Crazy. Such a cool history, though. Yeah, Brainerd, I have not had the opportunity to get down. I know they hosted a tournament, I think about 2 or 3 weeks ago. A couple of the guys from Woods to Water I know played out there, and they had a good showing out there, it sounded like.
Oh, yeah. They're another up-and-coming team.
Yeah.
Those Woods to Water boys, they play ball hard.
Some good talent on that team, too.
For sure. Paul Gustenak, winger.
Yep.
There's a bunch of them I can name off.
Okay. Yeah, winger. Yep, good player. Braden, that's my boy.
Yeah, Braden. Don't forget him. He's a good dude. I love him.
He's a fun dude. He's a fun dude to be around.
Good ball player, too.
We had some good time at Corky's with Braden. I can't wait till he watches this. I'll have a text in minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll see him in Staples.
There you go. Yeah. So, started in Brainerd. Career kind of grew from there, it sounds like. Had a bunch of great players that you could kind of look up to, and these great players are now saying that you were the baller from day one. How did your career grow, What was kind of the journey that you started on from like your first team to now where you're at now playing tournament ball?
So actually my first actual big tournament was when I was 16. I played for OCM.
Okay.
I don't know who would know them, but I played in my first C-State.
Yeah.
And that was, I got into the Zimmerman days and stuff like Wild West days.
Yeah.
When I was 15, but the first big one was OCM, C-State. Got graded a C player at 16. Had no clue what that even meant at the time. I was like, oh, cool, I guess I'm a C player or whatever.
Yeah.
But that was the first one growing up that was big and took serious, and then it just kept growing and growing and growing.
Okay.
Guy with Smokestack.
They're from...
or C team.
Okay, they're a C team from Brainerd too. Okay.
And then after that, I got with Smiles, and we traveled, play open, beat a lot of good teams, and then Ductech after that, and then now Tees.
See, those are all some really talented teams too. So to make your way up through some of the most talented teams around the state, and we'll start in C-ball, and then going from there to make your way from team to team and just continue to elevate your career, that's pretty crazy to do at just such a young age.
A lot of fun. You meet a lot of good guys, a lot of good buddies.
Yeah.
Made a lot of friends off of doing it.
Yep. And so now actually, hold on, before we get too far ahead, speaking of Zimmerman, Wild West days, what, was that just the championship you put away last week too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, there was only 4 teams, but it was still a good ball.
Yeah.
Had fun, a lot of fun.
You didn't take 4th.
No, that's for sure.
You didn't take 4th. There was definitely some talented guys on that roster too. I was familiar with a few of them. A couple of them I knew from college and all that. A couple I've known from being around. Good roster of guys, and it looks like you guys had a ton of fun there too.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Had a blast.
Yeah, Wild West days, good tournament. And again, I don't want to diminish some of the facts that you pointed out. So Smokestack, Smiles for Jake, they had a couple really nice runs in a few tournaments I watched. Ductech has been around for years, and they've always been a powerhouse.
Oh yeah.
And now with Tees.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And
I've been trying to get on Ductech since I was 17, 18 years old.
Yeah.
And finally got on them last year. And
check that one off the list.
Check it off the list for sure. Yeah.
And now you got Tees. And Tees is out of Omaha, right?
Yep, Omaha, Nebraska. A lot of good guys on there.
So now you're not only the hottest player coming out of Minnesota, but also the hottest player coming out of Nebraska, huh?
Yeah, they're going to love that.
Yeah.
They're going to love that.
Yeah, you might be turning that jersey in quicker than you know, huh?
Yeah.
They can be mad at me.
Bottom of the batting list.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Hey, clean up the dugout on your way out, right? Oh, that's all right.
I already had to buy the guy some beer for hazing.
Oh, earn your stripes already.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, good. You got that out of the way, and hey, some of the best guys hit on the bottom. I've seen it since day one.
I hit last for Ductech, man. They just did it to roll over.
There you go. That's what you have to do.
You get to that high level ball, I mean, nobody's an automatic out. Everybody can hit the ball.
Everyone can
Don't matter where you're hitting, just do your job.
Without a doubt. Well, here's a good one for you, because I've only played in Minnesota, and I've only played on Minnesota teams. And sorry, all you fellas from Texas, Chicago. I know you guys have been recruiting me, but I'm not a free agent. All the E teams out there.
We're going to pick them up. We're going to bring them to Brainerd.
There we go. Now we're talking. I'll come to Brainerd. Beautiful area. Beautiful area. So nice.
A lot of fun.
A lot of good ball, a lot of good golf. And geez, I'm going to be sending ball players there to start swinging clubs in no time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So here's a fun one for you. Between guys from Minnesota and guys from Nebraska, which state has the bigger bats and which state has the bigger egos?
Oh, snap. That's a tough one.
Might be pleading the fifth. I'll have to get back to you on this one.
Yeah, I'm going to have to plead the fifth on that one for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, equal across the board.
Yeah, we'll say that.
There you go, equal across the board. All right, well, I'm going to let you get away with that one. I definitely think one of the things too about like having a good team is definitely the people you're around, and you kind of said it already, growing up with guys like Stick, Freeman, even some of the other vets who came out of Brainerd, the people that you're around are absolutely a big impact on how the team plays, right? So with that being said, of all the teams you've played for, who would you say is the biggest vibes guy, the guy who keeps everyone out in the dugout no matter what?
Oof. I would have to say Braden Borg, actually.
Braden Borg.
We created a league team together.
Yeah.
Play tournaments. We play tournaments with our team when we can.
Yep.
He doesn't play much upper ball, but he best vibes no matter what. Like, he even kept me level-headed multiple times, even though, like, playing those carny tourneys, you don't take it that serious sometimes.
Yep.
He's always just level-headed, keeps the energy, make sure everybody's still in the game and plays hard.
He's the guy when you're chasing 18 runs, he's like, comes in the dugout, he's like, all right, we got him right where we want him.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Every team needs a vibes guy without a doubt. Yep. So thinking about tees, thinking about Ductech, thinking about Smiles for Jake, even Smokestack, out of how many tournaments would you say you've now played from 16 to 24?
Oof. I don't even know if I can estimate them.
Yeah.
Because I lived out in Colorado too for a little while.
Really?
Yeah, and I played down there.
Yeah.
I probably played 6 tournaments down there, but
okay.
It's a lot for sure.
Yeah.
Like, gotta be over 60 for sure.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Tournaments alone, which then equates to probably easily triple-digit games without a doubt.
Oh, yeah.
You got to be in the hundreds without a doubt. And you played in have you played in Denver, Colorado?
Yeah.
I know they got one field in the middle of the city, right?
Yeah, I played there for league.
That's wild. Yeah.
I'm going for windows on apartments for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I got buddies out there who work out there, and they used to play league with me here. They found a league when they got out there, and they're like, yeah. I'm like, how do you play league in Denver? He's like, dude, there's one field in the city, and that's
Dead smack in the middle.
Yeah.
In the city.
That's crazy. That's cool. And what were you doing out in Denver?
I moved out there after college ball. Actually, I played college football. So I moved out there after college because COVID hit. Moved out there with a buddy.
Yeah. Just
to, try something new. You're young. You want to explore and do stuff. So we moved out there for 7 months.
Yeah.
It was a great time.
It's a cool place.
If I was going to move again, I'd probably go back there.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Me and my old man one time took our Harleys from right here, St. Cloud, Minnesota, all the way out to the Red Rocks for a concert.
Beautiful.
It was
beautiful.
Best venue in the world, man. Colorado alone is beautiful.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, the Red Rocks was just an epic venue. But even the trip, just 2 wheels for 14, 15 hours with your old man. Whew.
I could imagine.
He handled it better than me. I kind of felt a little soft after it. He was like, let's keep going.
Numb in the arms, shaking too much.
Yeah. I was like, we got to pull over, Pops. And one more of these cattle shippers passes me and the wind is going to take me over.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. So kind of getting back to it, hundreds of games, easily over 65, 70 tournaments. Is there one that you'll never forget? One that sits with you and every time you think of like, man, this was peak for me. Is there one tournament that was just like one that will live in your memory for as long as you can remember?
Probably Smiles for Jake's GSL Worlds in Vegas.
Yeah?
My first year going there was with them, and obviously I've never been to Vegas before, so that was a blast.
Yeah.
And we took fourth. I got All-American team or all-tournament team.
You did?
Yeah. Yep,
did anyone else from Smiles on it get it too?
Yeah, me and Corey.
Oh, really?
Sick, yeah.
Yeah.
Got all tournament team. Shot a blast with all the guys on the team, like good buddies.
Yep.
Stein, Spencer.
Yeah.
All those guys, just great guys. Good team to be around. They just made it so much fun.
Yeah.
And it was pretty cool playing against those Amish kids.
Oh yeah,
kids are studs. They don't miss.
I've seen them all over social media lately. Like the Amish kids are everywhere, just crushing the ball. You know?
Yeah, they don't miss and they don't make many errors.
Man, I'm thinking about giving up electricity and becoming Amish myself. You know,
for sure.
Whatever I can do to get better at this point, you know, is kind of what I'm focusing on. But
absolutely, yeah, for sure.
But crazy. Okay, so the Smiles for Jake out in Vegas, that's pretty sick. In fourth place, All-American. So these are really some like already cool things to, you know, put on the resume when it comes to softball. This is the thing though too. Like I'll say this, and like this is something a lot of guys think and look at. You know, everyone wants to get better. I feel like everyone. You know, you come out and you have fun, and that's important. But I feel like everyone wants to get better. You know, but a lot of guys don't always put in the work in. But you've consistently got better. You've consistently elevated your career. You're on the biggest team, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Tees is the #1 team out of Nebraska, right? Top tier.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So how did you work for it? What do you do to work for it to stay on your game?
I think it helped playing all the sports I did in high school and playing sports into college.
Yeah.
Always working out, always playing whatever sport was at that time of the year.
Yeah.
Doing all that and constantly working out, and just like now that I don't play those sports and have a little bit more time to just maybe take some ground balls or go hit, whether it be in a cage or when it's not winter, go hit at the fields, take ground balls, play catch. Just kind of simple stuff, just basics to keep you going and kind of just keep working.
Keep the skills sharp.
Yeah,
But you're constantly working at it. And see, I think that's one of the things too is like, you know, league is one thing, but, you know, you could be playing short, third. You could be playing anywhere on the field and you might only get 1 or 2 balls a game, you know, where it's like when you're going out there and consistently getting reps in, like it's only going, it's just iron sharpening iron. You're just harnessing all that skill. So that's interesting. It's cool to know though. So you said that you went and played college football, right? So, and you played sports growing up through high school. Were you a 3-sport athlete?
Yeah, I played baseball, football, and hockey.
And which one was your best one?
In high school, probably football.
Which one was your favorite?
Football.
Football. Okay, and then played college
Hockey's
football
a close second, but football for sure.
I like hockey because you can police yourself, you know?
Yeah.
Guys start acting up and you're like, hey, you're paying for that.
A little bit for sure, yeah.
I love that. Fun. Yeah. So 3-sport athlete, went to school played college football, and now out here just playing top tier softball for some of the top teams in 2 different states, dude. Like that's if you look at that, like when you look at a lot of guys who play the game and play and want to be competitive, like that's their dream. And you're living that, which is really cool. You think of these big strides that you've made in such a short period of time. And, you know, granted, I know that playing from, 14 to 24, that's still 10 years, but still, like, you're just approaching, like, there's no way you're close to the peak yet. You know, you're still young. You've got a lot of game in you. I don't think that there's any way that you're close to the peak of your career yet. But what would you say is maybe something that was behind the scenes that people don't see that's been really key to your growth as a player? I'm not giving you softball questions, am I?
No, right. I mean, honestly, it's just like the basics will take you a long way. Like when you got the time, go to a batting cage, hit, swing, work on different types of swing, pushing, pulling, middle, cut swings. You know, when you want to hit home runs, sometimes guys uppercut, some guys cut home runs, like ground balls, even inside during the winter and stuff like that. A lot of Minnesota people, they just kind of sit staggered during the winter. Just find a cage somewhere, come up to St. Cloud, do wherever you can. Just take some ground balls, play some catch.
Yeah.
Take some swings.
That consistency is what's key.
The little basics will take you a long way.
Wow. That's crazy. What about like, so say for example, you know, you got those weekends, and maybe you don't. I mean, I've had them. But you got those weekends where you go O2 barbecue, you know? You get one of those setbacks, you have a bad game, bad tournament. What do you do to take that and turn that into fuel as opposed to frustration?
Honestly, just don't beat yourself up.
Yeah.
A lot of guys, they hurt themselves with just like have a bad play, have a bad game, and you just continue to just keep your head down and beat yourself up about it. And I've been guilty of it. I've done it plenty of times. I've went over in a couple games here and there.
Yep.
I've went 0-2 barbecue, but just don't beat yourself up. Keep your head up and get the next one.
Yeah.
Whether it be next game or next tournament.
Yep. Just kind of staying on top of the mindset, you know? Yeah, I mean, we're human, you know?
It's a lot like golf, man. It's a mental game as well.
Well, for me, it's definitely like golf because I suck at golf too. Yeah. Man, it's just such a fun sport. You've brought so much to it, not just for Minnesota, but, you know, you kind of think about your story right now of how you kind of had these guys who were just great role models of the game, and that's what kind of brought you into it. And I remember being at Corky's and seeing other kids that I knew from Brainerd being like, hey, Tease is playing. We got to go watch Brady, you know? So now you're in that position where you're inspiring these kids who are growing into the sport too. Like, how does that feel? That's full circle right there, you know?
It's pretty cool, man. And I enjoy it. Like, whether the kids are, like, even growing up playing hockey, football, baseball, like, I've kind of always experienced that. Like, kids, like, hey, I want to play football. I want to do this. I want to play varsity this.
Yeah.
And I kind of always experience it's cool. Like, it's better than kids off getting in trouble.
Absolutely, dude.
Whatever else. But
it's just 10 times better, you know? And 10 times more fun if you ask me.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, let's get you a few fun ones here. So obviously, primarily you're shortstop, middle infielder. One of the things to be playing upper ball and playing shortstop or middle, you've got to have really quick reactions and great hands, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so be honest. Have you ever used that line, I've got quick reactions and great hands, outside of the ball field?
No, I have not.
But now you can.
I can. I guess I've never thought of that.
Yeah,
sure.
Well, I'm going to check with Freeman just to make sure that you have it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He'll tell you a lot of things.
Oh, good. Things that I want to know, right?
Probably, yeah.
Good. All right, here's another one for you. Would you rather be mic'd up for a whole tournament or let your team read your last 5 text messages?
Mic'd up for a whole tournament, for sure.
The phone stays locked, huh?
Yeah.
Not a chance you'll end those boys. Yeah, okay, good. So there is something behind the scenes that we can find out, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nice, dude. That's awesome.
Keep the text messages unlocked.
Yeah. That's all right. Hey, I'm sure that they'd love to have you mic'd up too. I'm sure we get some good content from that. Dude, first of all, man, I really want to congratulate you on such a cool career already, and the fact that it's just starting is even cooler. For you, do you have a highlight that comes to mind? Like, is playing for T something that was never even on your bingo card? Because I know you said you want to play for Ductech from, like, since day one. Or what's one of those things that you still want to check off the list?
It wasn't more so playing for a certain team. It was just more so getting to that level.
Yeah. Just
playing that upper ball, playing at almost the highest you can get. And, like, that's another thing I'd like to check off my bucket list is playing a conference tournament.
Yeah.
Do play in the majors, and that'd be sweet.
Dude, I'd be very comfortable putting my savings account on it that you'll get there, man.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Well, I guess I was supposed to play this weekend at Windy City Major in Chicago, but I got my buddy's bachelor party I got to go to.
Look at that.
Can't let down the buddy.
Can't let the boys down.
No.
Yep. Yeah, and this is the thing. I'm sure they would have understood, but hey, you're a loyal guy, man.
For sure.
That's wild. Dude, thank you so much for being on the podcast. Thanks for taking time out of your day to do it. We're not sending you home empty-handed. The boys that Smash It are hooking you up with a nice hoodie to keep you warm and probably keep all the bugs off you, man.
Sweet, man.
But dude,
this is sick.
Hey, it's
I appreciate you having me on, man. This is really, really cool.
It's the least I could do, man. But seriously, appreciate your time. Really excited to kind of watch your career continue to flourish. Maybe after you finally check off that last thing on the bucket list and play conference, we'll get you back on to tell us all about it, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime you need me, man.
Dude, I appreciate it, man. Thank you all for tuning in. This has been another episode of the League Legends Podcast. Do me a favor, like and subscribe. We're going to make sure we send you home with some cool content. We're going to get you some sick gear from Smash It, and we'll make sure we got some new guests every single week to keep all the dugout tea coming in hot. We'll see y'all. Have a great day.
Sweet, man. That was awesome. Thank you.
Dude, all right, everyone. Hey, thanks again for tuning in to this episode of the League Legends Podcast. Appreciate y'all. Please take time to like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Here's the thing. I want to make sure that I hook you all up with some free gear as a thanks for doing that. And if you're serious about softball, then you already know the guys at Smash It Sports have everything you could possibly need. From the highest quality bat bags built to carry your whole arsenal to the gear that's trusted by the best in the game, Smash It Sports is your one-stop shop for all your softball needs. Bats, gloves, apparel, accessories, you name it, they've got it. And here's the best part. I'm giving away free Smash It Sports gear to one lucky person who likes, comments, or shares this video. That's it. Support the content, and you're in. All the winner announcements will be made on our Instagram channel. That's the League Legends Podcast on Instagram. So make sure you're following us on our Instagram page to see if you score some of this gear.